Drowning like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome to Shrimp Tank Podcast. We're in our post-show wrap-up. Joining me in the studio today, live at the Ferrari dealership, is Chad Hedrick, Olympic Gold Medalist. And you are going to want to listen to this entire podcast. It is an amazing show. You're going to want to hang on to every word that Chad shared with us today. So Chad, in following up and just to entice people to come on and listen to our whole show, just a couple more questions we'd like to cover with you today. First of all, we want to thank you for being on the show, but I want to ask you this, Chad, about in business, in the world of business, who would you say that really inspires you the most?
Well, it's nobody that anybody knows out there, but I had a mentor who was actually one of the first guys to pay me to skate. He had started his own skate brand, just like I'm doing now, and he started out of the garage, and that's exactly what I did starting last July. And this guy took his company from his garage to a $30 million company when inline skates were the craze back in the late 90s. He started making inline wheels and then just continued to make all different components of skates and just had all of his products in all the big retail shops. And he just had a unique way of marketing his products, and he had a unique way of making people believe that his products were the best, and just a very positive energy. And it's something that I've really tried to make a part of my company, just a real positive feel, something that's special, something that's not just another business, and something that's marketed in an innovative way, even in this small industry that I'm in.
Okay, young entrepreneurs, hang on to that word, what Chad said, unique, because you have to differentiate yourself. You can't look and walk and talk like your competition, and I think that probably was a lot of the success of your mentor there. So, Chad, what would you say to someone who's a young, aspiring entrepreneur? Maybe they failed. Maybe they've had, and I don't like the word fail because that's a permanent word. Maybe they've had a setback. And what would you say to them to inspire them to give themselves a boost, a lift, or to pick themselves up and try again?
I think failing is the best thing that could happen to you, because it motivates you, and it makes you really dig deep to really understand who you are, what your company is. And just like that first day I was on the ice and I fell on my face, if I probably wouldn't have fallen that first step, it wouldn't have motivated me to go and to just do anything it took to become the best in the world. And those moments are when your character is tested, and you have to prevail. You have to go and do what nobody else will do to succeed.
Yep. Okay, great. That's fabulous. Chad, what's one personal success habit that you would think that would contribute to a listener's success?
I think to become successful, you have to look at what everybody else has done around you, and sort of pick pieces of everybody's business around you to be able to meet the needs of the consumer and meet the needs for the product design, for marketing, for every different part, every different category. I think it's really, really important just to be super observant of all the companies around you, so you can offer something that's unique. Like you said, all the products are going to be relatively similar. Marketing and really finding a way to spin it in a different direction is going to be the difference between failing and succeeding in my eyes.
That's awesome. And don't forget what he said in the podcast about hard work. I want to reiterate that, because I think hard work, you hear work smarter, not harder. I believe today you got to work harder and smarter to overcome the competition that's out there. Chad, what would you say you think is the biggest obstacle that business owners are facing today?
The biggest obstacle is they think that today you don't have to work hard, that you can just be smart and let automation and different things like that work for you. And there's just no substitute for really getting dirty and doing the things that you need to do. Right now, for example, just 3 months ago, I took a picture of myself at the FedEx shop. I was actually packing a box to ship to India that was filled with 14 sets of wheels. These are things that are going to be really valuable to me when I can remember that I'm in there sweating in a FedEx shop, sending a box of 14 wheels because I can't afford a logistics consultant or anything at this point. These are things that I'm going to remember, the times that I sweat, that I outwork the competition. And I don't think there's many people out there that do that, but I snapped a photo just so I could have that memory. So when the success comes, that I'll be able to really cherish that.
Yeah, touching your business with your hands and not just trying to look down at a spreadsheet from an ivory tower. I would agree with that. Last thing that we want to talk to Chad about today. This has to do with your personal story. Tell us a little bit about mountain to valley, Chad.
When I was in the Olympics and I was on top of that podium, life was good. I had accomplished my goal. But after I retired, I realized that my sport defined me, and I really didn't know which direction to go after that. Skating had been my life since I was 14 months old. And over the next 4 or 5 years, I had to do some deep soul searching, and it took me back a few steps, but I've learned a lot about myself in the process, and the character that I've developed going into these obstacles, and just the everyday, just the pain that I've gone through, not feeling the passion for what I've done away from sports. It was really, really difficult, but now finding my sport again and being able to get back involved and what I love, it's just been a game changer for me. And I can't imagine, I looked around the office there before I left my last job, and I looked and I saw people walking around, and I'll never forget the look on their face. And I looked at them and I thought to myself, you know what? These people are going to be here for the next 30 years walking around these halls with a frown on their face. That's not going to be me. So I encourage everybody to be motivated by the way that people look in the office that aren't happy and are just living in mediocrity. That shouldn't be your life. That should be a motivator alone for you to wake up and do your own thing. Be passionate about life. Wake up with a smile on your face. Because I'll tell you what, man, I was there for 4 years, and it's not a fun place. And man, I hope each and every one of you take it to heart and go out and just dream big.
That's so awesome, Chad. Thank you so much for being here on the show with us on the Shrimp Tank. And I want to encourage you to listen to the entire podcast. You can download the entire interview with Chad at www.houston.shrimptank.com. One more time, Chad, could you share with our listeners how they would get in touch with you if they want to hear you as a speaker, if they want to have you into their company, their organization, or they want to learn more about you and your business?
Yeah, I'd love to connect with each of you. I've spoke for many Fortune 500 companies and travel quite often to speak for sales teams, for inspirational talks, even faith-based speeches. So you can go to chadhedrick.com and reach out to us, and I'd love to meet each and every one of you.
Very good. Thank you. Enjoy the show.